4, 3, 2, 1. We are all here shooting this shit with our hosts, DJ Duss and Bamboo Bam. Let's go.
Yo, what's up? I'm your host, DJ Duss, with my co-host Bamboo. What's up, Bam?
What up? Chilling, bro. What you saying, man?
It's so weird because it's a holiday today here in Canada, and it feels like a Sunday.
I don't know. I thought it was Monday, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's a holiday." I'm like, "A holiday? What holiday is it actually?" I don't
You haven't lived here long enough before and after.
Oh, that's right. It's May 2-4 weekend. That's right.
Yeah.
I never really do
It's
anything.
like the first camping situation weekend type of thing, isn't it?
True.
You know, I don't know.
That's how I remember it because everybody's, "Oh, I'm going camping this weekend." I'm like, but lately, it's not warm enough to go.
Have you ever been camping on May 2-4?
Nope.
Okay, I have once, and it was a hot weekend. We come in, it poured rain, so we hurried up and put up our tents, and then once the tents were set up, it stopped raining. It was one of those moments, So the next day, Saturday, bright, hot as hell, jump in the lake. No one told me the lake's still negative 100.
Cold as fuck.
Body almost shut down, almost drowned. Stood by the fire for 2 more days to warm up. And that's when I said camping can fucking beat it. No more of that.
Wow.
Yeah, you know me, I'm not much of a camper,
This is true. You can't stand that shit.
No, I can't. Me, my what's my saying? I've been my whole life preventing to be homeless, and then you want me to be homeless for 2 days?
Yeah. Just why
mind.
people spend so much money to look homeless for a week?
I don't
know what I mean?
Like, well, let's make everything harder and sleep like shit. Anyways, everybody, like our Facebook page. That's at Shooting the Shit. You can stream all our live episodes, be a part of the show, ask questions, comment, etc. You can do the exact same thing on YouTube. Stream all our episodes there. Watch all our old ones. That's at Shooting the Shit Podcast. You could also comment on YouTube, man. Best way of streaming, sorry, Facebook, it's YouTube. Once it's all done, it gets uploaded on all major streaming platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Amazon Music, all that good stuff. And you can find us at Shooting the Shit Podcast 1. Damn, Bam. Good weekend so far?
Yeah, we good.
We good.
So we good.
We got a guest here. I'm happy you hit me up. We go way back.
Good. Mm-hmm.
We've performed together, not together at the same time on the stage, but the same show.
Right.
We've had some good times. We were reminiscing backstage. Let's get our buddy up in here, man. Waldo, what's up, my man?
Yeah.
What it do?
What's good?
Good, man. Good. How's your weekend? How's your long weekend?
Oh, not so bad. Pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty good.
I know I got bitter with age because I'm a bitter man of the fact that it's a long weekend and I didn't get to do anything because of COVID. You know what I mean? Like, son of a bitch.
No one got to do nothing at COVID.
I know, that's what I got to put through my head. I can't be
No one
too
did
much
nothing.
Of it. You know what I mean?
No one did anything.
It's not one
They
of those
stayed
weekends.
home.
Oh, we in the wrong part of the world.
Yeah.
Because elsewhere, a lot of people doing a lot of shit.
I have brothers in the States. I have cousins in the States, and they're like outside, running around. I even seen some because now with the NBA, before they were doing, there was no audience, no one in the stands. Now they're doing let's say a stand holds 20,000, they're doing 10,000.
New York had 15,000 yesterday. New York in the Garden.
It's changing. They're changing it a little bit more by more.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
But
sorry,
but all the other bullshit down there is happening too. You know what I mean? There's so many mass shootings over the fucking weekend.
Yes,
insane, bro. Every state somebody got shot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just retarded. But yes,
this
anyway.
weekend?
Yes, this weekend.
Yep.
I gotta turn on the TV, man. I'm so into myself, I don't know nothing. Jesus Christ. All right, I'm going to watch the news after this. All right, Waldo, let's get ready. I know you more than most people do on this show and everything, but I want to get people to know you, man. Where were you born and raised?
I was born in South America, Guyana. One of the cities, the capital there is Georgetown, but I was born in Berbice. And if you're Guyanese, you already know where Berbice is. It's New Amsterdam, but it's just a little town across the lake. You have to take a ferry from the capital over to just to get to it, but yeah, nice little place.
Now,
I was just actually back there last 2019.
Oh, for real?
No, 2020 January. Just half a month. I did a month. Me and my mom.
Nice.
And it was great.
So right before everything shut down, type of thing, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. I came back, and 2 weeks later,
That was me and Bam. We were in Dominican in January.
Yep.
And came back and shit started shutting down.
Yeah.
We're lucky. We're technically all three of us are lucky that we got to squeeze some out of it
Yeah,
before things
yeah,
ended. 'Cause
yeah.
I know people had shit booked in March and April that didn't get to go. So it's fucking crazy. So
Fucked
what
them
led
right
you?
up.
I got to meet you here in Ottawa. What led you here in Ottawa, in the capital?
My mother's here.
Yeah.
My mother's here. I knew when I was back home in Guyana, that I knew I was coming eventually at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up coming just the end of 91, 92.
Now the transition. How was that for you?
With everything, cold. Just a cold.
It's always the same thing.
Just imagine coming from a country that only has 2 seasons. We have our winter season is the rain season.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
when it's raining, but even on a day when it rains, it's not like it's cold out here. It's not cold. That's the only transition.
Okay, so you've been here since 91. I've been here my whole life. And people always tell me, don't you get used to it? I don't get used to it. No, Bam kind of likes it. He's a fucking
I
freak.
like
over
cold.
there.
I like cold.
I will say I did get used to some aspects of winter. You know what I mean? Like there's skiing, there's some of the winter events. I like skating, which is pretty,
I gave all that up, man. I gave it.
I
I went skiing. I went skating one more time. It was 15 minutes in. I was like, "What am I doing, man? This is optional now." So I took the skates off, and that was it for me.
I'm open-minded. I tried to ice skate on the canal, on the coldest fucking day in February. Never do that shit again. My ankles hurt because I wasn't built for fucking ice skating. You know what I mean? It's just terrible. I don't know how these hockey players do it, but whatever. Anyways, I tried snowboarding and almost broke my fucking back, so I won't do that either. But
Where was
when
I?
it comes to working, I'd rather work in the winter than the summer. You know what I mean? So,
but Bam, why? I don't.
because when you're working, you're not cold. You understand what I'm
Yes.
saying?
You know what?
When you're working, you're not cold.
You're actually right.
If you're just standing there, you're fucking freezing. But if you're doing what you're doing, you can get through the day. It's a nice day. You're not sweating. You're not fucking dying in the heat. You know what I mean?
Alright.
So that's the only reason why I like the cold. A little bit better.
While up in Toronto, I did 3 winters of snow removal. With my uncle had like 20 places. He gave me the contract.
Yeah.
Right.
And Bam, you're totally right. While I was working, I had my big jacket on. It was always open. I was like sweat. My uncle had to teach me. He's like, listen, when you go out with your jacket open, get the cold in first, because you're gonna start working. Because if I put it on hot and I start sweating in there, you get
You're done
sick.
for the day.
Yeah, you're done. You're done.
You're done for the
So
day.
I learned. Yeah, I was never actually while I was working in winter, I was never cold. My jacket was open all the time, and I'm outside and we're shoveling, and you're totally right.
And being in the cold, the most mistake everybody make is to keep putting on layers.
No.
Stop it. Don't need to. You really don't. You don't need to. I stayed at the Ice Hotel, and I spent the night and slept in the Ice Hotel in my Lon Johns and a toque.
I still
shit
need
you
to.
not.
Okay, the
You know
Ice
what I mean?
Hotel. I know I keep asking you this. And I don't know if I'm just half fucking stupid, and
I want to go.
What do you mean again? I I know the hotel's made out of ice. I know there's photos, but your bed, like it's a real bed.
It's
right?
ice.
It's ice.
Why would you pay for that?
Ah, man, you gotta try something. You gotta try a little bit of everything.
Like I was
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to be like, did I erase that from my memory? No, the hotel was out of ice. Maybe certain things were made out of ice, but his bed would have been normal. It's ice.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it, man. It's a nice experience. It's just something different. You like, oh shit, everything's ice. Look at this shit. And you're sitting there thinking you're gonna be freezing all night, but really and truly, I slept fine. It was a good night.
I don't get it.
You don't get it.
And Bam, it's actually something I've looked into, and I really wanted to go and try this.
Do it.
How's the bed? What is it? What is?
See what I'm saying?
No. They put what?
Well, the frame of the bed is ice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you got a styrofoam, that you on. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
okay.
So-
See, you didn't tell me these details here.
And then they
but-
put a layer of. It's like they put furs on there. And,
That's it. Just
Yeah,
just like
okay.
A bear, what you call it, rug, on top like a bearskin rug or whatever, on top of the foam, and that's it. Everything else is ice in the room. The floor,
Yeah,
the,
you're good.
the frame, everything else. The room is fucking freezing, but like I said, your Lon Johns, and like I said, everybody will be, I'm putting on my jacket and this and this and this and getting your sleeping bag. Yes, it's gonna sweat all night long.
yeah.
Just my Lon Johns and a toque. I'm good. You know what I mean? And
That's
great time, chilling.
And it's
you know?
expensive, no?
Actually, Groupon, baby, Groupon.
Okay.
Got hooked up, Groupon.
I get it.
Groupon got hooked up.
Get that little
but
ticket.
still was expensive. You know.
God damn.
But it's something you want to do. You know what I mean? You know, it's something you would like to do in your life. Do it. You know, everybody's like, oh, I want to travel, I want to do this. You know, that's a good experience. I recommend. You know. So I want to know, brother, who influenced you into being an artist, man? Who got you into this?
How I even got into doing music. I used to go to the basketball court. I lived in the East End, you know, Joey. I'd be playing basketball. Sometimes I'm just sitting there. And I used to freestyle a lot, and I would say the most influence I got from was Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Snoop Dogg early on, before like NWA and all that. Like I had tapes of him where he was doing a lot of the freestyle stuff, and he was like one of my most avid influence that I took from. I just like his style, like how he did. You know, on the West Coast they have their own lingo from Long Beach. How Snoop does his raps and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah,
like,
definitely. It's my favorite album. Is his first album, Doggy Style. It's my favorite album.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I could put that on right now and just run it from front to end.
I don't get me wrong. The first guys I heard was Biggie at a friend's house, but the first time to get super sucked in was Doggy Style. That I don't know what it was. That with him and Dre with the production, it was just like what the fuck. Every song, the whole album was one of the only albums in a long time from top to bottom. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
right? So,
yeah.
100%.
It's definitely a legendary album. Nobody can't deny that, man. That production, the lyrics, the wordplay, you know. And, you know, me being in the game for a long time, I hear, the influence where he getting his stuff from. But like you said, he got that West Coast slang. So
They have that lingo.
You look right past that, okay, similar to this, but listen to that slang. Listen to it bang. You know what I mean? I was like, ooh, like today, side note, today I was listening to the song Same Gang, right? I don't know if you ever heard that one.
Yeah, I heard that.
With all of them. If you listen to it again, listen to Humpty, okay?
Okay.
Humpty is killing the fucking song. Like today, I sat back and said, damn, his wordplay was insane. You know what I mean? Listen to Easy again. Wordplay insane. You know what I mean? After the show, check it out. You'd be like, wow.
Definitely.
Listen to it. They don't do it like that no more. It's crazy.
Well, Ice Cube wrote a lot of their stuff.
True, but still Easy delivered it like it's supposed to.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
True
like, and, people say, ghostwriters, blah, blah, blah. If you got a ghostwriter and you're an entertainer and you can make it happen, make it happen.
Well, it's funny you brought that up. I had a conversation with someone over the weekend, and it's technically a comedian. I'll give you an instance. Like, I thought Dane Cook was funny in a lot of movies, but his fucking stand-up shit the bed. You know what I mean? And people were like, well, I thought he's a funny guy, but I also said, yeah, but people wrote a funny part for this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I like what you're saying too. So sometimes someone could write something for you, but you still need to deliver it.
Yes.
To be good.
Correctly.
I get that. I get that. I totally get that.
And this is where a lot of conflict comes in because when someone writes something, they got their vision, and then when you go to put it down, you got your vision, and sometimes your vision is better than his actual creation of it, right? You know what I mean? So, some people.
That's when you bring the doctor in
to
tell you how to make sure that his vision is seen that way, even if someone else wrote it. Dr. Dre knew how to make you sing it a certain way and have that same.
Maestro, man.
He knew how to. Okay, Easy. I want you to wrap these 4 words this way because it's you. I want you to keep that same thing, even if this guy wrote it.
Yeah.
I want you to put it.
But that was easy for Dre because that's my man over here. That's my man over here. You know what I mean? And I know how he is. I know to put them two together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dr. Dre knew, I don't know, he just knew how to, it didn't matter who was in the studio. He just knew, okay, for this beat that I made, I want Easy on it. I want Snoop on here. And you guys are going to rap it in this version of this way. Yeah. Snoop, I want you to say these words this way. And he just knew how to mesh it and put it together.
Yeah. For sure.
He's good like that. On the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's say me, you, Bam, we're all in the studio.
Yeah.
And I'm writing. I'm at 12 bars, And Bam's like, for the last few words, why don't you put this, and I write it, and it comes in the aspect of, okay, you have a ghostwriter. Sometimes you're there in the studio, and I have Precise in the studio. Sometimes he's like, put these 4 words in there and see how it sounds, and I'm like, oh, that connects, and then I use it. Is it? You know what I mean?
Would that be considered ghostwriting?
Did he help? Is he writing for me, or is it no? It's like he took my idea and like.
No, I don't think that's ghostwriting. Actually,
it's another topic.
That's feeding off each other. You know what I mean? Because I've had MCs do that to me, and I've done it to MCs. When I do it to MCs, I don't feel the need to take any credit for it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I was happy to help. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, even when we were at Lucci's band, you've even. Oh, Waldo, put in these 2 words here after those.
Yeah.
I remember that day it was me, you, Lumi D.
Oh,
yeah. And we made that. It's because I like when it's a group and we're all in the same moment. It doesn't matter if Bam gives me 2 words. I'm not going to say, oh, okay, I give him the credit, but it's like he knows it's still my content. Or I'm not going to say I wrote for Bam.
Right. Have you even reached out to Lucci yet?
Lucci. I could find him, but I reached out to him like a long time ago, and like he was out of the studio a bit. He was looking into other stuff.
Yeah.
Then I got it to him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm rebuilding the studio and stuff like that."
That happens.
Good.
Me too. I always, no matter what happens, I can shut this down right now. For a week, and I'll be there like, and I'll put the laptop back on, plug my keyboard back in. Okay, I listen to a beat. I can't. I'm to the point where like I love it so much, I have to do it.
Yeah, man.
You understand?
Comes and goes.
Yeah.
Comes and goes.
So Waldo, you're at the basketball courts, you're freestyling a lot. But how old were you, or what happened? When did you start taking it seriously? When did you say I got to put this? Yeah.
Around that time was, let's say, I'm about 16 now. This is when I'm like really freestyling. I really understood because I used to write a lot. And around 16, I told myself, okay, I'm writing a lot, but I noticed because of my environment where I live in Vanier. I would ride on my BMX to Manor Park, come back. I didn't really go out that much far, So I started reaching out. I'm going to Overbrook. I'm going to the West End. I'm going all the way to Orleans. So now I meet Rex. I'm a bit older now. This is 2 years after. I kept writing and I kept reading, but I'm not rapping. I haven't been to a studio yet.
Okay.
I meet Rex, and it's one of my friends that is friends with him. He's like, listen, this he's good. He can rap. He's freestyling, and on the spot, Rex was like, oh, why don't you kick a freestyle with me? For me. So I remember I kicked him like a 10-minute freestyle or something like that, and he's like, oh, why don't you come to my studio? It didn't take me a year, 2 years after for me to go to the studio. I was into like other stuff was pulling me other ways, but I kept rolling back. I'd end up in a studio and I'm writing and this and that. But around, I would say 22, this is when, I don't know if you remember one of my buddies, Oscar.
Yep.
I used to be with him all the time, King. And we went to Toronto. And that's when Precise also moved up there. He's going to university, stuff like that. So I live in Markham now. He comes over and he's like, so what do you want to do? I'm like, yo, we have all these, I have all these raps written in the thing. Like, why don't you start recording? I'm like, okay. I bought a little mic. I remember I bought my first Taxam with the mic.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
You know, the little module.
Yep.
I bought one of those. I put this to the computer, set up everything. I had Cubase, but I learned how to use it from Rex. So I plugged it myself, and my buddy Chris, which they called in Toronto, his name's Biggs. He brought me out to Car Studios on Morningside Road downtown. At this time, I think P. Diddy's artist is in one of the other rooms recording. You know that song, I don't wanna know if you cheat?
Yeah.
It's around that time.
Okay.
He's there in another place, and he brought me in with him, some buddies, and I'm sitting back there, and everything is shut down, and we're like, they're freestyling. And I still have a freestyle that it's written somewhere. I wrote it down after. that I did there. And he's like, you should be recording. And I'm like, yeah, I still haven't done my first song yet.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't recorded my first song yet. Now I come back to Ottawa a bit. I started taking it seriously a bit. 9-4 at this time. He's bringing me to hall, to studios. He has his first show that he took me to. He said, listen, you're going to be my backup hype man, whatever. He gave me the songs he's going to do. And we did our first caravana at Britannia Beach.
Sweet.
Okay.
And that's when I was like, I think 23, 24. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start taking it seriously. So that's when I started writing my songs. But I'm doing theme songs. My first ever song I ever wrote and recorded was I wanna meet you, girl. A song like that I recorded. It had a radio style to it. I even sent it off. At this time, what are we on? What social platform were we on? MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even have that, but yes, it was MySpace.
We're on MySpace at this time.
Yeah.
And people are trying to put me on other platforms, and the song's getting good pickup. And because of my environment now, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my environment of what I really want to spit, because I'm doing theme songs. I did like club songs, Get Low, like really beats, like like really clubby and stuff like that. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm really good at rapping. Let me get into I want to start creating a style for myself, a lingo and stuff like that. So like 23, around like 23, 24, when I started really taking it seriously.
That's good though. It's a good age to start taking stuff seriously.
Oh, yeah, you take the little steps here and there. You've seen a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little studio, a little stage, little, Then you said, let me get down with it. That's good. That's cool, man. That's cool. If you wanted to turn someone into a fan of your music or videos and whatnot, what song would you put them on to first, bro? You know what I mean? You just met someone, you're kicking it for a minute, and they just find out you're an artist, and they be like, "What? Let me hear something." What would you put?
I would give them Fresh Like. I'm Fresh Like.
You Fresh Like?
I'm Fresh Like. That's actually one of my first official videos. It was filmed by Krakenaka Videos, which is Dynamic, your favorite light skin. He compiled the first Ottawa biggest. He was one of the first to put most of the artists on one DVD and put it out. That was the first time that I seen that. That was the first video that I ever recorded and we put
That's
on.
right.
So I'm Fresh Like, if you want to, because I have both aspects. It's still like a dancey song, but you can see the lingo in it and like the raps and like how
Now, Waldo, when you went to the Caravana in Britannia, was that your first performance?
First stage performance.
Yes. How was that? How was that experience?
Oh, that was great. That was great because I in high school we were the guys that did the assemblies and stuff like that. So I wasn't really shy in front of people. You know what I mean? Like the crowd and stuff like that. It didn't really. Yes, of course you're gonna be nervous. You're doing your first show and stuff like that. And I was just really like backing up and hyping up 9-4 and stuff like that. I didn't really have my own song that I did, so it was kind of the experience, and I got it from that. And I was always I would go to this. He was the first one that put me on. We go to studios. 2, 3, 4 different studios. He actually put me on to Lucci. 9-4 is the one that put me on to Lucci.
Mark,
he actually put me on to Beat Chemist. He's out of the city now. He lives in California.
Okay.
And he's the first. He put me onto him too, and that's when I started. Okay, I'm gonna start investing myself. I started buying beats from him. I started paying for the recordings, bringing artists in them. And around that time, when I just started recording, I had like a project almost done, but I was back and forth from Toronto, and I had like situations with the law, this and that. Like I had to go back there, stay there a bit, back and forth. So some stuff. Plus, in those times back then, we weren't really big.
It's true.
Even though that I was on Facebook and stuff, they didn't have like now you have live podcasts, stuff like that. We didn't have,
totally different. No.
We didn't have that promoting stuff like that. Our first album, we had it in HMV across Canada.
Oh, okay, yes.
Like hard copies.
And for the kids that don't know, hard copies at a store.
And at that time we did that is literally
Big.
I think a next year or a year after the CD era was dead.
Oh my god.
So basically, as soon as we hit that,
Yeah.
it went into the digital era. Everything was online, and the digital era was now in the flow of everything. Everyone was going online.
Now, was it difficult to get your stuff out to a store like HMV? Because today
No.
we can put it on Spotify in 1 second, right?
No,
Like,
it wasn't back then.
no?
And to be honest, I had a few artists they're doing very well. A lot of artists that I follow still, I respect. They would hit me up in the background and be like, "How did you get your thing in the HMV?" I'm like, "Oh, just you know what I mean? Do this. I have A&R James. He's indie pool in Toronto.
Okay.
I still work with him today, and I just researched, contacted them directly, and I sent my CD in. He had I got a review, 150 producers in the industry and stuff like that. They sent me back. We got a good review. It was like 7.8 on the whole work, and they're like, "You guys should have the same thing." So I got it mixed and mastered. I can't remember the name of the studio, but it's in Hunt Club.
Fat Dogs.
Distortion of Fat Dog.
Yes. They did our whole CD, and then we're like, okay, you know what? Let's get a launch date. We did a photo shoot, made the album cover, and it was an HMV across thing. And then I started. At that time, my sister's doing graphics for us.
Nice.
She did all my flyers, but I was the person where I want to learn this stuff. So there's some days I'm sitting there with my sister. She's like, "This is how you do graphics." So I'm like, you know what? At this time, I go to Algonquin. I take I'm taking computer construction. So she's like, "Why don't you switch it? Take photography or multimedia, where like you have photography. I go to the radio station, stuff like that. So you have a different aspect all in the certificate." I'm like, okay. So I went and I learned all this stuff musically because I wanted to know if I'm sitting in a studio, I just don't want to be, okay, I'm the guy, I'm writing. Okay, I recorded. What do I do after now? I just take my thing and I'm sitting on the next hit, but
nothing.
What do I do now? I don't know. So I try to learn myself how to do all those stuff.
Yeah.
And once I knew how to do that, I'm like, okay, you could be like either a one-man band. So let's say I have singles. Like I have singles now. I just released one in January.
Yep.
And I know the process of doing it. I know how. Okay, if me, all three of us, we make a single right now. I know if I took it. Let's say I'm featuring the both of you. I know how to do my royalties out to you guys, stuff like that. I know how to set it up in a way where everyone's getting. You know what I mean? Yeah. Good.
I mean, it's hard.
It's a process.
Yeah, it's hard. You gotta look it all up. You gotta figure it all out, and once you get to that point, everything is good, everything's gravy for you. You know what I mean? But do you have all the time in the world to be that one man band?
Yeah, no. I just like when I'm in the studio with, like Joey, you're a DJ. If we're in the studio and you're building something for me, I want to be able to be okay. Do this, I want my octaves here.
Absolutely.
Okay, give my reverb here, so I know. And then you're like, in that way, when I know a little bit, at least some of it, I actually know the process. It makes your work a bit easier. Like, okay, I understand now. I don't have to build it kind of from scratch. I already have a little bit. I know what you want. So now when I'm gone, you can tweak it out to the way. Yeah.
Right.
Now I got a question for you. Now you've been through both eras. You've been the guy that's had it on hard copy, put it HMV,
putting out flyers.
Yeah, exactly. Now there's the digital flyer era with the Spotify and YouTube stuff. Which era do you prefer? Do you prefer the hand-to-hand combat, handing out?
That guerrilla promo?
Yes.
With making 1,000 flyers, and I just go out to a club night on a Friday, and I put it on the cars, and I do that. I kind of like that because I agree. Sometimes I would meet an artist, and I have a bag. I have like some of my CDs in there. I could make a sale. Sometimes I don't even do the sale. I did a show. Here, have it. You listen to it. Now, when they go to the shop, they can. It's word of mouth. They make their buddies go by, stuff like that.
And that's what
I like. I actually like that era.
I think because what it is with that era is like if you and I met that way, now I know I got to meet you. I didn't get to
Yeah.
see you on Instagram or on
Yep.
Facebook or a picture, and I have no. And I love this podcast because there's some people that we don't even know what to expect from them, and then once we do an interview with them, we're like, I'm a fan of that person now.
Yes.
And that's what we lose through the digital era. It's listen to my track, and I have no idea who you are, and we don't even talk. You don't even hear the voice. You have no idea about personality. Nothing.
Yeah, true.
And that's what's lost.
Right.
And I think, but with him doing the work guerrilla style, hand to hand, he's gonna outmaneuver the lazy motherfucker that's sitting on the computer today. That's going. I hate that shit.
True.
That is true. Sorry to cut you, man.
No. It's fine. That's true. You know.
But with that, you have to remember that era. You had like No Limit Records. You had all these guys where they're going state to state and they're doing it out of their trunk, doing 100,000 copies in a week, and you're wondering why Snoop Dogg is still relevant today, and why because they had the face to face. I saw that with digital era. Now, even if my graphics are perfect, the songs are hit.
Yes.
If I didn't do something correct for the promo to reach out somewhere, it might not even meet. You know what I mean? Meet my audience. But when I'm doing the guerrilla promo way, I know I met 500 people today.
See, it's true. It's true.
They took it out of my hands, even if they ripped it up and used it for filter. They took it.
Yes.
And they're gonna look at it and be like, "Oh, let me check this guy." You know, it might take a month later, because even I'm guilty to it. There's sometimes someone gives me something, or I'm at an event and I compile 5 CDs, and then they're just there, and then I'm just sitting there one day and I pull out a drawer. I'm like, "Oh, let me see this." Unwrap it, listen to them. Oh, these guys are really. Then I go check them. Oh, I start following them. I check their new music. I start listening to them. I start watching their videos. Sometimes it's that, but it's because I saw them and I got something viable. Like digitally, okay, it might pass my screen. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. Okay, it's on my feed. I saw it, but then something else flashed in my eyes.
I was just gonna say that.
And I looked and it's gone. And like, because when it's on the screen, something else could have just come.
I've done that.
It's not that you didn't. It's not that I didn't like it or like I wasn't gonna go look into it. You could just 2 seconds like that.
There's times where I'm like, okay, I remember I have to go back to so-and-so's page. And I go to so-and-so's page and I can't fucking find it after. I'm like, son of a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, just missed out on that.
And a month later,
more things popped up.
And a month later, it pops up and you're like, oh, wow, whoa.
It's true, man. It's true.
No,
talking about performances, we talked about the one that you and I did back in the day at Babylon. What year was that? Do you remember what year that was? Because those are some foggy memories for me. People get to know me.
Oh, wow.
They were, Bam. See, he makes me feel better, see?
No. It's because I'm trying to, because I've done, oh my God. We've done shows, Manatee, Kingston. Like, I'm trying to remember, let's say, 10, 11? 2011?
This is what happened. I remember.
2011?
Yes, it makes sense. That era makes sense.
You know why I'm saying that? Because but while I was making CD before we even did it, okay, yeah.
See, do you remember
2011?
I missed one of your shows, and I'm like, I felt bad. So instead of missing one of your shows, I said I can't miss it if I put him on this show. That's how it happened. That's how it happened, man.
Before remember there was Zayfods.
Yes.
And I brought the artist. Like I did it myself. Like I contacted the artist. It's slipping my mind right now. We had the show at Babylon, and I brought this artist down, and he brought his other artist that performs with him, and he does like sound effects, stuff like that.
Right. And
that was the one that you told me, like, because you had already started setting up your show. Because I remember it was like a month after, and that's when I did that. I did the show at Babylon.
And then I remember, I just remember saying, fuck it, I'm not going to miss it. I'm going to get him on. And it ended up being one amazing show, busy as hell. It rained that day. I remember that. It rained that night. But, dude, it was, Bam, I'm surprised. I don't know where you were. I don't know why you weren't at that one. You're at most of them, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I used to see, Bam used to be at shows.
Yeah.
Just, I'd see him there.
Bam,
you know.
Well, I'm going to tell you a little Bam bullshit shit I had to deal with Bam.
That's right.
Bam wouldn't perform at the shows, but he'd come to the shows.
Yes.
Bam used to be like, well, how much you going to pay me? And I'd be like, 0, motherfucker.
Well, you ain't gonna give me nothing. I still come to the show regardless. You know what I mean? I'm a fan regardless. You know what I mean?
I get the support, but I was just like, you're right here anyways. Get on fucking stage, dummy. You know what I mean?
You see?
Spit a few bars.
You know, get on stage. Do it now. You know,
Get on stage.
You know, like, and I dig where you're coming from with all this work you're putting in and stuff like that, man. It's difficult. It's hard, you know. But now, like you said, this new digital era, people just putting shit out and meeting up with people, getting old school and whatnot. I appreciated it because you get to meet the people. You know what I mean? And
I still think people like us are built to do it both ways, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the thing is, it's what do we call it? It's experience. We have that.
Yes.
But then now we learn the new era.
That's right.
yeah, true.
I just tell people,
I find it harder.
But if all the computers shut down right now, we have to go back to that. I know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna win.
I just find it hard.
Absolutely.
I find it a little harder for me to be on Instagram trying to talk to the people and make them feel what I'm going through at the time. You know what I mean? You know how people be posting all the time and talking, I'm doing this and I'm like, I'm not feeling you there. You know what I mean? But if I'm standing in your face and I'm talking to you, you really feel what I'm saying to you. You know what I mean? So
that's the aspect I miss the most because you can tell. You know, like I've done shows, Mercury Lounge, where I've done a show where there's 100 people there. Then I did a show, you know, there's like 20 people, and in the one where there's 20 people, we did a good performance. I'm meeting the guys outside. I understand. Oh, it's good. They bought the CD, and it's like, I've been to all your shows. I've been to the one at Babylon. And I'm like, oh wow, and it's a show where the least people, but you're meeting someone like you get that different experience, you know?
Yeah, man.
It's a different feeling.
So, are you signed or independent? The people want to know.
I'm independent.
Independent.
I've been independent from the start. I myself and True Half, like because I started with True Half, but as a single artist, I had 3 deals from Warner that didn't go through because of I had situations.
Okay.
And we had 2 other ones from True Half.
Okay.
That it didn't pan out or like work through, and we just worked the independent way.
Yeah.
Right.
And because remember I told you we had to transition from hard copy era to digital.
Yeah.
It took about 3 years to transition. Then at that time, okay, what you have recorded or like this. Now there's a new wave of music coming in. There's a new wave of artists. Do you get with what's going on or try to stick in there?
Yeah, I totally get that, man.
So, are you open to any contracts or?
Oh yeah, there's of course there's labels, there's contracts. Now I know how to make a deal.
That's exactly.
If someone had come to me and they're like, okay, you know, there's many different. You don't have to be. You could have there's writing deals. I write a lot.
Okay.
You could have a producer deal. Like there's so many, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get
There's
that.
artists that have deals that you don't even see their face, but they work with the biggest artists.
And they living good too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
That's the way to do it. Waldo, if there was one thing that you would change in the music industry, what would it be, man?
That I would change?
Yeah, that you would change. One thing.
Oh, definitely the way how artists get paid.
Yes.
Definitely the way how artists get paid.
Because
we get eaten. Like
I still think the independent guy gets eaten still.
Yes, he does.
When me and Bam I looked into it and we, obviously shared it with Bam. We were looking at it. We're like, we start the podcast off or we go independent, fuck the labels, da-da-da. And then I start grabbing the charts of what Spotify and YouTube and all that other shit is paying. And you might as well get screwed by the label anyways. Like, it was one of those, like, what the fuck is this? 1 million streams on Spotify will get you $3,500. If I had 1 million streams, I'd be jumping for joy until my check comes in the mail.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, what the fuck? Do you know how much work that is?
Yeah.
You know how many people you had to reach? You know how much promotions you had to do? How many shows you had to get 1 million views? to get
Yeah.
$3,500. So that's where I would change. Yes, the way they get paid.
The way to get paid.
But Waldo, me and Bam got into this discussion before. You brought up a good point when you brought your CD over to one of the guys at HMV, and you said there was a bunch of people that gave it a review. Do you think that this should be done the exact same way to get on some major streaming platforms and just weed out the poo-poo that's out there?
Yeah. It could, yes. There are some songs. It should be.
Yes.
You should send it in to get a review just to see. Okay.
But I think there should be a
the guys in the
format
neighborhood that are in the studio like it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Send it out to industry guys that are really critiquing it, and you know what I mean. Oh, the sound is good. You need to mix it a bit more. The vocals are, they really.
Yeah.
And me, I like the bad. I don't like someone. Okay. Oh, that's good. That sounds good. The bars are good. No, but you're not a guy that's sitting in the studio and I know that it's swinging from left to right and this. You know what I mean? Like you're a DJ. You've been playing for the past half an hour, and one of the speakers sounds like shit. But you're the only one that knows, and maybe another few artists is new. But you played it out in a way because not everyone's there sitting in the studio. Sometimes I put on headphones and I'm like, no, this sounds horrible right now. And the other guy's like, what do you mean it sounds horrible? It sounds great. It's like, no.
It's funny that you brought that up. The first time I ever heard something that was out there was the Stomp remix. And it was the Young Buck, T.I., and Ludacris. If you actually go back and listen to them in your headphones, all three of them sound totally different. And it was the first time in a long time that files were actually getting transferred, that no one had to be at the same studio anymore.
Yeah, they were recording in their own studio.
And that's when I was like, God damn. I was like,
I hate that.
It sounded so weird. Like it was I didn't get it. I was like, God damn. But then when Buddy would, when Ludacris dissed T.I., then I assumed they weren't in the same studio right after that. But I mean, they did all sound different though. All three.
Yeah.
And not many people will catch that, but you're right. You do. I just think their format to get into a major streaming platform like Spotify, Amazon Music, all that other stuff, I think there still should be a streaming process because you two guys can be working your ass off getting music out there. And then I'm going to make a stupid song in 1 minute, sounded like shit, and upload it right after you guys. And that's where it gets saturated with bullshit, and some good stuff's in there. You know what I mean? But there's too much garbage around for us to get to some of the good stuff.
I hear where you guys coming from, and I respect it. And me, I don't think it's fair that someone gets to dictate who gets to put music.
Someone's got to dictate.
You know what I mean? I don't think they should because that's stifling someone's creativity. You understand?
Not necessarily. Yes, I am agreeing with Joey, but I'm saying there should be it is a screening. It comes into a place where these are good enough. The sound and everything is good enough to go on, but even if it is garbage, you're allowed to put it on.
So he's talking about sound quality. I'm talking about everything. I should be the screener.
He's talking about everything. I'm talking about sometimes the songs on there, like you go on the Apple, it has to be 190, 196 megahertz.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? With that, then it makes someone go in and actually mix and make the quality good. So now, if I want to play on my theater system, it sounds good still.
Yes.
I put it in the car, it sounds good still.
And in that aspect, I respect that. Like, you should have your music up to par in certain things. You know what I mean? I just don't like the fact that someone else gets to dictate if you actually get to put your stuff out because it's stifling people's creativity.
Well, I'm not saying that there should not be a platform for those guys.
Well,
I'm saying that they shouldn't be on all major platforms.
Well, see, and that's the thing. It's not the guys who's dictating who's bringing what, where, and how. It's you and your fan base. You understand what I'm saying? You are the filter. You understand what I'm saying? If you put out good music, you're going to have good fans. You understand what I'm saying?
I know you have a single coming out. I want you to prove me wrong in months ahead and tell me you're not going to be buried under all this bullshit.
Like I said,
and tell me you're not going to get frustrated.
I can't be mad at all the other shit because that's not what I'm looking at. You understand? Because if I'm focusing on those assholes, then I'm never accomplishing anything for myself.
But it's not you that's focusing. It's me trying to focus. We were talking about earlier a fucking news feed coming up and all of a sudden disappearing. Shit gets buried.
But then it brings back to how I do it, where I do it, what I do. You understand what I'm saying? Like you said, if I reach 500 people, I'm happy with this 500 people that I just reached. If I did this, I did that. I get it, but nobody else is going to tell me.
That's all
it's a million people out there, and no matter how you look at it, it's always going to be a million people out there. But the fact of the matter
now it's all in. Okay, Bam's single is good. We reviewed it. It's good. It's nice. We could put it on the radio right now. He releases it. Okay. Who knows that it's released?
Yeah. No, I know.
Even if you did a promo, you did a 1-day promo. You literally, now with the digital era, you can tell the guys that are really getting plays, they're on there. Day after day after day. If you're not on every day and pushing your song out, it's gonna go into that pile of not per se garbage. It's gonna go into that pile of
it's the lost
overseeing that lost, the archive.
So they could throw a whole bunch of stuff you want, but if you don't keep doing what you're doing,
it's all you.
It's all on you, and how you got to weed out the fans in a sense, because the fans don't know what they want. And I'm not trying to insult the fans, but they really truly don't know, because they're getting, if you look at the radio, with so many people coming out that y'all say on the radio, how many artists do you actually hear?
5 or 6.
Okay, all day. You hear 5 or 6 all day.
10 all day. 10 all day. That's the list. 10 all day.
10 all day.
Justin Bieber. 10 all day in different rotations, and they might take 2 out and add 2 into it just to mix it up. But that's.
I took a huge break from DJing. A year later, I put the radio on. I never had the radio on in my car. Put the radio on. It was the same shit from a year ago. I was mind boggled about how things doesn't rotate properly.
So you got a million people out there, but not a million people getting up there. The ones who got up there is the ones who kept pushing their shit to a certain point to get to that point. You see what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you got to weed out the fans, and you got to do your work. You got to put in the time. You got to do everything. So let everybody put the music out. Every once in a while, some weirdo comes out with something and blows the fuck up. But that's just the way of the world these days.
Yes,
right?
that's right.
I agree with that. It's really the work.
I want to know from 2 artists here. How the hell do you get your music on the radio, anyways?
On the radio.
There's on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What the fuck's up with these guys?
Exactly when I sent there were 2 tracks. I sent Get Low, I'm Fresh Like, and I had there was one called like In the Club. No, I Want You Girl, one of my first tracks.
Okay.
They got the reviews, and they're like, this should be on the, like, I could literally read the reviews, and it's some of the producers are like, they should be on the radio. This is good for the radio right now. You do that first. Then you send it off to like the A&R guy or whoever. Okay, I have these songs. You have to do research, and how do we get on the radio? Yeah. There's, in this area, you have satellite radio.
Yes, that's right.
Contact a curator. Right now, you have, let's see, there's Cap City. He does curation for the Rogers, the online, the radio. Plus, he does every week, he does 5 new artists. All you have to do is be following them, contact them. This is to Cap City. They'll get you onto the Spotify. Once you start getting, you have to get in rotation somewhere. No one's ringing your song.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Why is this guy blowing up so much? Okay, let's get his song on the radio. You know what I mean? Because
you're kind of strong arming them at the
yes, at this point, it's like
actually that's not.
I turn on the radio. I turn on my.
That's not strong arming him. You just did his work for him.
You're doing work. You put in the work.
You did work for him to the point where you did enough work to get his attention to say, "Oh, well, let me look even cooler by putting your music there." You get what I'm saying? If I'm
a radio guy and every time I'm on social media in any path, I go to YouTube, I see this guy's song. Why is it not on radio?
Yeah.
And think about it. This is where he's trying to keep his job. You understand? That's the only reason why he put you on there, so he can keep his job. Because right now we got all other platforms to the point where most people don't even listen to their fucking radio anymore. They put on their motherfucking Spotify playlist and play. You get what I'm saying? So the radio is almost becoming obsolete. So a lot of people don't even bother to even go that route. You get what I'm saying? The only people who go that route is the people who from the industry who know these guys that can say, here's a little something package or Christmas bonus, blah blah blah, play somebody. You get what I'm saying? That's just the way that's happening right now. Me, I'm not even looking for it, but if it happens, hey, I'm happy for it. You know what I
And
mean?
in a city like, okay, we're in Ottawa. How often do they do something where a new artist
Well, Bam was on the radio.
is going on their thing?
Bam,
I mean, like
what
now.
Was your thing back on the radio, Bam? It was the Battle of the Beats.
It was Battle of the Beats and
Something like that. Exactly. Something like that. Where
they did that.
how often do they do that now on the radio?
Well, see, that's
To
somebody
pull a new artist in.
Yeah.
That's I know great artists that are great and they should be on the radio, but
it was a great idea to make the music to make the radio better. It's like, oh, we're gonna take a local artist and put them up against a heavyweight. You know what I mean? And have them go at it. And that's great because now it's kind of being fair to both. The heavyweight gets in play and the new artist gets in play, and you never know where it goes from there. You know
But
what I
Bam,
mean?
but what's the end result? You guys won X amount of weeks in a row, and then that's it. You
That
guys
was
are not, and then you guys are still not on the radio.
No.
That
No,
time has passed.
You got to stay. The time
They
passed.
know you.
it's done.
They know people have voted for you. People have been listening because of your shit, and that's it.
That's it.
yeah.
And that's how they.
But have they done it again? When do they do that
Fuck,
to
that was
actually
a while
pull?
ago.
That was a long time ago, and if they
And when they were doing Battle of the Beats, do you know how many listeners tuned in because you were doing Battle of the
That's
Beats?
well,
right,
a lot
that's
of
right.
people,
And
a
they
lot of
still
people,
didn't pull in other artists.
a lot of people was calling in, and the funny thing about it is, it was just their way of to keep the locals interested in the station.
But yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
local.
That's
Absolutely.
what it was about. It was like, oh, let's get some locals, so the locals.
Every
can listen
fucking
to the
local radio
boom,
station
boom,
Like
should
boom.
be
I
doing
go
that
to
with
Toronto. I can go to Toronto. I can go to a hip hop show. I can meet Pressa, and then I can go in here and run the radio because that's how they, even the guy, like say the radio host or whatever, he's in that culture. He's, they have segments where they're always pulling in. I want to bring the new guy in, even if they're not going to put him on. They bring him on. They have like only in Toronto, where
That's the way to do it.
it's like this artist is hot right now, so we're gonna do the online radio thing with him.
Yeah.
And then maybe pick one of his songs, play it, and then get people to call in. Be like, okay, a lot of people called in. Now we're gonna put your song on the radio.
Yeah,
There's
that's
many ways to do it, but
Right.
I'm using Ottawa because I'm from Ottawa. We're in Ottawa.
Toronto and Ottawa are two different animals. You get what I mean? It's two different animals. You know what I mean? You got the amount of hip hop lovers that's in Toronto compared to Ottawa, it's massive.
And the only time I can really hear a local artist in Ottawa is when there was Dynamic on the radio,
Yep.
DJ Alive.
Yep.
When they had their segment,
That's right.
and they would pull in every week, every day. You could hear, every week you're hearing new artists that I might have been in the studio with this guy, and then now his song's on the radio, and it's giving him a chance to.
Yeah, man, for sure.
His song could be played right beside Justin Bieber or something like that.
That's right.
Now they don't have none of that. Now that's why even me myself, I have 3 projects that I'm about to release. I'm not even thinking about radio.
It's
You
true.
see what I'm saying?
I didn't even cross my mind. Like
You
to
see what
think
I'm saying?
about-
Like, no artist is thinking about radio because, for one, in a sense, they kind of make it too hard. Two, the radio
on the way up.
personalities, the radio's personalities think they're above people. You know what I mean? It's like we got to go beg them for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know what? Let's do it our way because we can get just as many sales, just as many views, just as many fans.
It's not their fault,
by doing it
though.
our way.
It's not their fault sometimes.
It's just the way the system
Listen,
is. It's just the way
radio
the system is.
stations, they're owned by corporations, right?
And that's just the way the system is.
And corporations with commercials.
And the guy upstairs is telling you, listen, I want this type of music played on this. We live in a, conservative city.
Well, guys, you remember when the 89.9 dropped? It was a hip hop station for what, 8 months?
To suck us in.
Was it?
To
And
suck us in.
all of a sudden, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit now?
To suck us in. And then that month you were going on, like, oh, Hot 89, put on. It's like, what's going on?
That's just another example of how
Cool FM went out of business, and then they turned into Cool FM. That's what they did.
Pretty much.
I was like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, they knocked 2 other radio stations on.
That's just another example of how they take from the culture and then give back. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you
They're not
took
playing
it and
straight.
you
There is no.
if you took it and kept it as a hip hop station, you'd probably still be on top.
But not even that. I understand you have to get a mix of whatever. They don't even have, let's say, an hour segment of straight
That's true.
hip hop,
They can't.
raps.
They can't.
They don't even have like a segment, like an. you know what? Let's fit in 1 hour, and we're gonna put just hip hop. You know, let me hear some Lost Boys. Let me hear.
Yeah, no, I get that.
It doesn't have to be that back old, like old school, but new. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Let me hear the Baby when he first started, not the one that's on all the American radios that he's already blowing up.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't care. Play him. Shit. You know
yes,
what I mean?
you know what I mean. Play some Quavo. Play, you know what? Something. They don't even have an hour segment like that. Yeah, okay, they have the traffic jam, but it's the same list. I could copy the traffic jam segment Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
And every single song, they're gonna be the same.
Yeah.
They're almost the same.
And it's not their fault neither, right? Again,
It's not their.
they're being told. Yeah.
Come on, you can't blame Kenny on the radio. You can't blame him.
I have to blame Kenny on the radio because Kenny's the one that's actually listening to the boss and fucking up his career. You get what I'm saying? Because the bottom line is it's your career. You know, because after you get off the radio, I'm be like, oh, he's a DJ. Yeah, you a 5-song DJ. You only play 5 songs. You get what I'm saying? I'll never hire you. You get what I'm saying? You know, so, you know, that's why radio stations in New York, Toronto, all these places, you know why them DJs keep saying staying in the community? It's because they can leave the radio station and still be big. You know what I mean? Because people know that they respect the culture. You get what I'm saying? In Ottawa, not
And
trying
that's
to
what I
bag
said
on Ottawa,
earlier.
but
The people that are even playing, like even if they were playing that segment, they're not in the culture. No disrespect to the guys on the radio.
No, not at all.
They're not in the culture. And yes, they do bring on, like sometimes they'll bring on a DJ, you know, to do like a Friday night, but still they're even telling that DJ, okay, you know, you still gotta kind of play into
Dude,
the
I
mix.
got that in the nightclub.
And even then he might throw in 1 or 2 just to bypass them. But then, you know, the owner or whoever, they'll look to them like, you know,
you won't be back next Friday.
I heard that song you played. Listen, you know, but he might sneak in 1 and 2, but he's still playing within it. You know, I want to hear 10 songs like that.
Because when I was at the club in Helsinki, they were telling me what to play.
Of course.
Obviously, I didn't listen.
Yeah, you would sneak. Of course,
I
you're
didn't
gonna put
sneak
in.
I didn't listen one bit. And then the Friday night DJs would come to our night and be like, "How the fuck do you get away with that?" I just said, "I don't give a shit," because at the end of the day, it's numbers. If you sold $10,000 in booze, it doesn't matter what the fuck I'm playing.
Because you're playing good music.
0 fights and a shitload of money equals shut the fuck up and let me do what the hell I want. And that's what it was. Because they'd be like, well, I heard you played a lot of hip hop. And I'm like, well, and I remember going to him, I go, well, have you checked out the charts lately? A lot of hip hop's on the charts. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary, but I'm also not listening to you because we're bringing in numbers. Numbers of success. It's money.
I understand some businesses want to structure some stuff. I get it. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's just they stifling themselves because especially with bar owners, they like, hey, you can't play this and this and this. And you're like, well, these people ain't here to fucking dance to your mouth, to your voice. You know what I'm saying? They here for the music. So let me do my job. You do your job and shut the fuck up and count your money.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And everybody's happy, you know? So, but hey, yo, check this out. You know, what separates you from all the other artists?
I'm a little bit. I would say I'm unorthodox.
Unorthodox. Okay.
I'm unorthodox. I could compete with a lot of artists.
Yeah.
But it's not even that. I don't even put that aspect in my mind where like I'm trying to compete. But I like the competition. It's like, okay, you get it, Bam. Bam just went. We're on the same track. He just went first. I'm like, you know what? These 4 bars I just had here. I have to. I'm gonna change a few things because Bam, he went a bit hard on this beat, and I need to kind of get it like that. What separates me from a lot of artists? I'm unorthodox. I don't care what's trending right now. I don't care if this is the hottest dance song. I don't care. I'm gonna make a dance song with rapping on it, and still you're bouncing and like, oh, that's hard. Yeah, it's hard. You know what I mean? I like to not. Because no one's different. We're all the same differently. If you get what I'm saying. But I like to be unorthodox because in the way that I'm creating, I just want to say like what I want to say in that way. And you grasp it how you grasp it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I like
be
that, man.
Be an artist. Nobody's stifling you from being an artist.
Yeah.
You know, you're not putting
Sometimes
yourself
I'm in the
box.
studio, even when I'm like, I always tell artists, I'm like, you know, I don't want to change what you're saying, but in the aspect of writing, like say we're having like a little writing session and they're spitting out the bar, and I'm like, not that I would, let's say you say when in front of after, or I'm like, you know what, why don't you put after in front of when and see how it sounds, just to see.
yeah,
And they're like, oh, you know what, that's, yeah, I'm like, but I don't want to influence them into changing how they're creating, you know. But sometimes
if the respect's been between, you know, both of you, it shouldn't be a problem. You know, there's nothing, especially today's day and age of a studio. It's not. It's
if I'm in a studio with some people that I respect the same way that you're trying to,
yeah,
and they're telling me, you know what, take out these 2 lines and put these 2 lines in. I'm gonna take it because I know this guy. He's good with bars. He's good with rhyming. You know, like
for your benefit.
He has a different style. So let me try and see how it does. And then,
man.
yeah,
you're always learning. You're always learning. Always. You know what I mean?
Oh, sorry, babe.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, you're always learning. When you're in the studio, always.
I always want to learn. I don't want to go there and I didn't learn nothing today. Like,
True.
I just spat the same thing. Like, what are you teaching me now? Like, okay, shut it down. There's sometimes I go to the studio and we're working and half an hour in, and it's like I see like a circle going, and it's like I don't feel it. I gotta, you guys do what you're doing, and I'll just sit back here. And I don't like to write in that state where my mind is like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't want to write. I don't want to, because I feel like, no, I'm not a capacity of creating right now. So I don't want to do it.
That's fair, man.
True.
So what's the biggest struggle of being an artist today?
Getting to your audience. Like,
it is,
the biggest struggle is getting to your artist. Sometimes it's your own fault.
Oh yeah.
Your own pride, your own ego. What might have worked yesterday might not work today. You know, sometimes you're like your own ego. I'm guilty to it sometimes.
Oh, we all are.
I'm guilty to it sometimes where, you know, a producer's telling me, Waldo, do this, da da da. And I'm like, no, this way worked. And I'm like, yo, put it this way. And
yeah.
And then even me, I'll see the conflict and then see that, you know, like, and then it comes out, it's like, oh, it didn't work. I'm like, you know what? In my head, teachable moment. I find that it's getting to the audience. It's like, okay, I don't care if 1 to 100 million people I get to, like, this guy understood, okay, Waldo's trying to get to this point.
Yeah.
He got it. He perceived it in his own way. As long as I got out that way, and now I want to replicate it. This one guy got it, now I want to replicate it to 2, to 3. And that's the struggle they have as artists. It's like me, okay, you're a DJ. I'm not hitting you up, like, doing interviews like this.
Yeah.
On different platforms, you know, like, yes, I do have Facebook, but I'm not on there and like
we're not
sitting and do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My posts are automatic. They're going, I could be on my IG account, or I go to one account that I have and I make the post to God out of them and I log off. I'm not interacting. I'm not, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, my new song came out. I go on once, 10 minutes, post it to all of them. I'm off.
Yeah.
You have to be, the struggle is, okay, I sent it to Bam.
Yeah.
Bam's that guy that he's on here and he's like, oh, he mentioned me twice this week. 2 other people heard it.
That's right.
Then I'm on also, you're on, I sent it to you, 3 other people heard it. Different than Bam. Now I'm on, Bam's new singles out, and I'm just, oh, Bam, my boy, this is my boy's Bam song. Or like, sometimes I go on live and I'm playing music in the background and the people that are on it, there's 100 people on live and like, what are you playing? Oh, it's my buddy Bam, go check it from here.
It's so true, man.
You need a team. You need people.
Yep.
It's back in the guerrilla era where like there's 5 of us.
Different type of
we have 1,000 flyers and like, yo, here's 200 to you. Here's 200 to you.
I like that.
And we're out the same day and we're just
doing.
Good point, man.
Oh, your buddy down the street already gave me the flyer. Okay, cool. Yo, take it. Give it to your next buddy. Like, because we were out and we went like hard at it. That's
I like that.
Now online, like I can't, you know.
It's hard online, you know.
It's so easy for the youngins though. It drives me nuts.
No, it's not that. This is
it drives me nuts.
To us, at first I used to think like that. Oh, this guy go on, he has 1,000 interviews, and it's like he has 1,000 in his in his life, right?
Yeah.
And no, it's not that. He's been going on with 4 or 5 people every day for the past 3, 4, 5 months.
Yeah.
Then it went to 100. Then it went to 200. Then one day he did a different type of live where like the same 100 guys that have been going on every day with him.
Yeah.
Now it's 200 because, oh, what are you doing? I'm going live with this guy. Oh, who's that? Boom. Now he's home. He's going to go on live.
It's true.
With digital era, if you're not consistently, if I'm not on IG posting, and I've done it, because I started GPE, like I started the curation of it. Now I'm a curator for Spotify.
Okay.
I just got it like this week, I think.
Yeah.
Where GPE and my guys, I have a team, I have other people. Now they can pick the songs that go on and we can build up the playlist where like it's getting streams.
That's right.
And I did the test myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm dedicating the next year to just doing this. I'm going to post the videos. I'm posting videos. I'm doing the promos. I don't care. I'm giving away 30-day free promos just for you following.
That's dope.
And I was getting sponsored from I'm still doing right now, but I just started rebranding it with my team. We're like, Bam's following me. He has a release. Oh, Bam's following. Plus, he's subscribed to the channel on YouTube. Perfect. Let's pick him for either our 7, 15, 16, because 613. I do a kind of, or 30-day because I use the 3.
Yeah.
Promo to him, and every day it's going out to over 300K accounts. So I kept doing it and doing it. It kept getting bigger and bigger. And then like for 1 month, I just realized, okay, every day I'm getting 100 people, 200, 300, 400. And it kept going. And I just continued and continued. And I realized when I would do a release, let's say last month, I have my track. It's been released since last year.
Okay.
New World, right? I have a video. It's on Spotify. It's one of the biggest releases I have. I notice when I do posts for it, and then a week passes, and I go into my distributor. Like I'm an independent artist under United Masters.
Okay.
In the United States. Right. So when I go and I check all the analytical stuff, my iTunes and Apple Music and where it's been posted, Deezer and whatever, and I see what got played and who's playing and where, I notice when I do a lot of posts myself and I get the team to do a lot of posts and I'm consistently going every day for I do it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks straight.
Yeah.
The numbers go up.
It is. Yep.
It's not you have to be consistently on. Even if you do, let's say you're like, you know what? Let me do a 30-day program. Every day I'm going to go on. I'm going to stay on for 30 minutes and I'm going to do 2 posts. Every 30 minutes I'm on, I do 2 posts. Let's say Bam has his new track coming out. Yeah. So I'm going to do 2 posts about them, where it is, where you can see, where you can listen to it, boom. And you're just on and you're checking all the stuff, following people, interacting. And you're going to know. And the next month when it comes in and you check your analytical stuff, you'll see the numbers. And I check it. Yeah. And then there's months where I'm sitting, I'm like, I haven't been on in 2 or 3 weeks.
You can tell.
And I can tell the numbers. Right. You can tell 100%.
It's just
you have to do the work.
It's like I've been saying about the McDonald's thing. If you see it constantly, they're going to think about it. You get what I'm saying?
And it's fucking theory.
It's the same theory he's doing. He's on there every day.
It is.
He's on there every day.
It's in your face.
Saying the same shit every day for 30 days. People are going to go see it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Just to get it out of their fucking head. You see what I'm saying? It's so much in their head. It's like, I got to go see it just to fucking get it out my head. You know what I mean? So, like I said, the old school tactic is the same best way to go about it.
So you're just redirecting it with the new shit.
With the social media. You get what I'm saying? And because their attention span is so short. Like you said, if you've seen it and you did something and you don't see it again, but hey, 20 minutes later, he see it again. You get what I'm saying? So, it's just, you got to keep that going on.
Yeah, there's some stuff I'm online and I'm going through, I'm just playing. And I'm like, okay, I see something. I might have checked it a little bit. Oh, that was kind of cool. But I didn't really go dive into it.
Yeah.
I'm online still. I log off. I come on 2 hours later. Boom! I see it again. I'm like, I saw this thing earlier, but it's because it's already in your mind. So now I go into it. Now I dive in. Okay, this is thing. Check it out. You start following the person.
Google do the same shit.
Yeah.
You type something in your search, boom, you look at it, you forget about it for a second, you go on your Facebook, the fucking ad's there. You go on Instagram, the ad's fucking there. They keep slapping it in your fucking face, man.
Analytics.
You know what I'm saying? You know?
That's right. What do you mean? You talk about it, fuck.
Yeah. Analytics.
Shit's
That's all it
fucking
is.
popping up, man.
Yeah.
You know? So all you got to do is be an ad, you know?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, pop in.
True enough.
So you're releasing
Bam!
your single's already released?
No,
Or, I mean recorded.
Yes.
It's recorded, yeah.
It's recorded. It's just a single. You're releasing.
Just single.
Nice.
It's recorded.
Nice.
It's getting mixed down right now. You know.
See, now that you have it recorded, before I would, I have the single recorded, and I'm like, okay, it's mixed, mastered. I have it. I could release it at this second.
Right.
Okay, I don't have a cover for it. Where am I releasing it? Okay, I'm just on IG and this. I'm just on Facebook and IG. I'm talking like, let's say I'm a random artist, you know? I have good music, but now I go on YouTube. Like, YouTube's really good. Okay, my channel's not even set up. It's not linked with this one. Okay, do I have Deezer? Do I have a Spotify account? Do I have a correct cover with a nice square? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So now you do all that stuff, and then once it's already set up, you don't have to do that extra work. So every day it's literally, I'm posting same thing. Now I have a music. Okay, this is pretty hot. Do I have a music video in the back burner? Sometimes you shoot 5 music videos. I have 3 right now. Yeah. It's just sitting there.
Right.
But I made it where
you could just boom.
You know, next month. You know what? I want to release 2 music videos next month. It's good to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I dig it. So, is there artist or producer that you would love to work with in the future?
An artist
or a producer
that I would love to work with. You know, just because of their energy.
Yeah.
I like the artist YG.
Oh
YG?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
YG. He's YG35 on IG, on like everywhere. I think he's in the same label as Pressa, and they're really popular now. But him as an artist and producer, I would say Murder Beats.
Murder Beats.
I know he's a beat. He makes beats, but he is a producer also. Murder Beats, Metro Booming. Just because I've seen I follow them a lot, and I watch videos of them in the studio and their energy and how they're working.
That's dope.
I would like it because that's the kind of energy that I like when I'm in the studio. Like, we're working. We're in. We're right now.
Yeah.
We're in.
I love that.
Also, Timbaland.
Oh yeah.
Timbaland.
I love that.
Just on that right now, Timbaland is an old school. Like, we know him from the old school.
That's right.
Timbaland, right? But look, he even transitioned into the new school. How have you ever been on his live before?
Me, no.
Timbaland, he has a live that he goes on, and when he just started doing live because it was the new thing to do now because of COVID and whatever. You're not really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're more posting. You're more live and you're more online. And he's making a beat and he plug in an artist. Like, let's say you're on live and like you plug it in. Okay, let me get a string from you. And they make a beat together and so he has the new school aspect, old school. Plus, he's already a renowned producer. Like he's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. He learned it from the new.
He makes beats without samples. He'll take that, record it, then make the pattern for it. Then he'll be like, just sounds from his mouth, or he'll make a thing from here and just whatever's there. Because sometimes you want to create something. You sit in front of a computer and I'm not inspired. I have inspiration right now.
And it sucks to be inspired, especially from some of these guys that are just
to
accomplished. It's hard for them to be inspired. Yeah.
A way to get that inspiration.
Absolutely.
Why am I not inspired? Okay, I'm great with the boom bap beats. I'm great with the, like 90s era kind of beats that are the kind of like Benny the Butcher style. He just took that. What I like about him, he took that and kept it.
Yeah.
He kept that format,
Yep.
Griselda, and they, even though every song he makes is different and has a different sound and stuff like that, he just kept that format. And he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna run with this and just saturate your mind with this so much that this is my motivation. I hear that songs like those. I'm like, okay, I hear I'm getting motivated right away. I'm like, yo, I need to. I want to get on the computer and do that. You have to find a way.
Absolutely.
To keep going.
Listen to some new school.
But
sometimes don't even listen to. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't. This week it's no rap, just instrumentals.
Yeah.
I have some albums. They're called Gold Era from the 60s, 50s. Just instruments, and I just plug my headphones and I'm listening, and I'm just on the computer. I'm like, oh, wow, like saxophone, anything like just big bass, like just, and you listen just to the sounds, and it inspires you. And I'm like, okay, you have to, especially when you're a DJ or a producer. But then there's artists where there's no plateau. I say that because Snoop Dogg is still rapping.
That's facts.
And he's still relevant, and he'll still go do 1 million views, and they'll still do 1 million streams, 10 million streams.
Yep.
There is no plateau, but it's always that,
because he's
creation. You want to create something different.
And all his videos,
that's
where is he?
For.
Yeah, most of his videos, his background, where is he? He's in the studio.
That's true.
He's in a studio.
It's true, yeah. Yeah.
If he's not in the studio, he's on a bus. He has a little, like, look, I have my little MIDI.
Yeah.
Because I told myself, you know what? I like making beats. I learned how to do it. I bought all the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me learn how to do this.
Why
so I learned how to make beats, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna create a thing where, like, I want to try to make my own platform for it. So I'm like, let me make a collection. I call it the GTA Skyline. So it's called the GTA Skyline Drops. I could make anything. Right now I have two tracks that I released on different genres, not hip hop. I have it on rock, and I have one on pop.
Okay.
It's not on rap and R&B genres. It's on different genres because that's the beats I make. Some days I'm there, I'm like, I grew up on alternative music. I grew up on Alanis Morissette. Green Day.
That's right.
My first real hip hop was The Brat.
Oh, for real?
Before Snoop Dogg was The Brat, Coolio. The Brat's first.
The Brat?
I had the whole CD. This is when we used to buy the whole CDs. This is when we used to buy hard copies of CDs. I still have them in bins. I have the whole CD. Brat Tat Tat Tat. That was the one. That's the album.
Yes.
Brat Tat Tat Tat. That. Ava CD. Zeppelin. I have over like
the wide range,
25, 30 heavy metal because I like the riffs.
It's amazing, absolutely.
The riffs from heavy metal is sometimes, and then you rap on it. Oh man,
that's some energy.
It's a different. It's not grunge, jumping off the stage.
Yeah.
Kind of style, but you're rapping. You know what I mean?
For me, when it comes to music, it just what broadened my horizon was the fact that I was around when hip hop was almost pretty much created type shit. You know what I mean? And I watched it grow from one way to another way, then branch out to different genres and different cultures, and then it started to switch on the different languages. That's when it really I sat back and said, wow, I didn't think this would get to this point. You know what I mean?
They never, listen, when hip hop started, they thought it was a neighborhood thing. It was like, we all live in the same neighborhood and we think this is our thing. And then one day, some guy from another neighborhood, he's from another city and he's with us, and like, oh, you guys are, and then he takes it there, and then now it's worldwide. Now there's a different style and a different
100%.
You can hear how hip hop influenced other genres and other genres influence hip hop.
Big time.
So it's great. It's nice. So nobody, I like to say, don't be in the box. You know what I mean? And when you hear somebody come something different, you be like, oh, Okay, cool. Oh, I think I know that beat. I think I know that riff, or I think I
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
just makes you think more, and that's what
yeah.
it's about, right? So if you got the right
That's
fans,
where my unorthodox come from because I literally sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm not listening to one hip hop trap type of beat. Like
Yeah.
I don't like those. You know what? I'm gonna listen to all. My one of my favorite artists that I
Yeah.
listen to, Marvin Gaye, Al Green.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh yeah.
okay.
You
Oh,
know,
you old school. You old soul like
no,
me.
but
You know.
my uncles would tell me like, "What do you? This is when I'm little and I'm putting this on. I'm younger and I'm playing this. I'm like, what do you know about him? Like, what do you know about this guy? You know, like just old school.
You know.
They
You
have
know.
just
When
the vibe.
when I go to work, from 7 to 9, I don't listen to rap music. You understand?
Yeah,
From 7 to 9 in the morning, Al Green, Earth, Wind, and Fire. This
yeah.
this is what I listen to because it brings me up slowly. You know what I mean? Once I
Isley
get to
Brothers.
yes, because once 9 o'clock come around, now I'm in fucking get out my face mode, and you
Yeah,
know what I mean. Fuck the police and all
yeah, yeah,
sorts of
yeah,
shit start coming
yeah,
out of
yeah,
nowhere,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I was. I was just. I was just saying that to one of my buddies. I'm like, listen, at night, like in the daytime, I like the. I want the Al Greens and the. I listen to some
Joey
pop.
knows. Joey knows when we on vacation. Joey knows when we on
This is
vacation.
true.
I get up in the morning, I have my tea. That's all I'm listening to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When nighttime hits, it's okay. We in the zone now. Like we in the zone now. I want the red and meth and
Oh yeah. It's moods, right? It's all about moods.
Yeah.
Music's all about a feeling, right?
Yep.
So yeah, absolutely.
And when you're in the studio and you're creating that song with that energy that you got, you're hoping that it reach everybody the same like you do. But everybody get a different mood because it doesn't matter what they was doing at the time when they heard the song. You get what I mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just different for everybody.
So Waldo, so I want to know now. Because you brought up people like Led Zeppelin, the Brat. You brought up all sorts of wide range of artists, but give me your top 5 artists, not hip hop artists. Your top 5, influential, your favorite. Give me your top 5.
Al Green, Snoop, Michael Jackson,
Influential, yeah.
Pusha T,
Okay.
Pusha
Oh yeah,
T.
yeah. I like that. One more.
and Drake.
You like Drake?
I
I'm
like
not a fan
Drake.
of Drake. Attack him, Waldo. Attack him.
No, I like. No.
Attack him. Attack Bam. He's right. I don't even know how to do this shit over here at the camera.
He down there. He down there.
Get him.
Get him.
Bam's not a fan of Drake.
Drake. The thing is,
Yeah, me.
When I was in-
tell me.
with Drake, even though he's not a fan, with Drake, the reason why I like him
Yes.
is because at the time when I was in Toronto, when he just came out,
Yeah.
October's Very Own, like this is a mixtape. This is a mixed CD. And I had heard a few things from him before, and I liked him before he even released this.
Okay.
And when I got that mixtape, and I listen to it now, this is why I like him. I mention him now is because it instantly puts me in a mood and brings me back to that moment where like it doesn't matter. Like I could have been pissed off today. This and that happened. I'm having the worst day, and I put that on, and it'll put me back into a zone where
All right, yeah.
I was, and it's like, I'm like, no, I can't. Yeah, I can't deny this. Then he's just so talented. Come on.
I dig it.
You know?
Like I said, I didn't hear much of Drake's beginning stuff. You understand? I really didn't. So
Most artists that I like, I've been listening to them. I've heard something from them. Like I've heard Snoop Dogg's freestyle of 11 minutes
Yeah.
before Dr. Dre took him.
That's right.
Like a lot of artists. I might have it in a bin somewhere in storage. I had Eminem's CD before he made the Marshall Mathers when he redid it, when he sold 5,000 copies.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So when people are like, "Who's Eminem?" Like, who this guy is? Because it's white boy. Like
Yeah,
it's
I hear you, but like I said,
Yeah.
Drake's beginning stuff I didn't hear. You know what I mean? Then he started blowing up. Then he got with Lil Wayne and stuff like that, which is fine. He caught my attention now. Whatever, cool. I never said he was a bad rapper because that's not what I'm saying. It's just
No, you
I
never
found
did say that.
I just found it was hard for me knowing that he was on a TV show and then he went.
does
That was
to
my
do
thing.
anything?
That was my thing. He was on a TV show, then boom, did that help him get to where he was? You see what I'm saying? Because I didn't hear the beginning stuff. I didn't hear the struggle. I didn't hear the Drake struggle. You get what I'm saying?
So you thought his popularity came from TV?
This is what I
So
thought.
I'm an actor today and I'm a rapper tomorrow. Is that what, okay.
This is what I thought, right?
But Bam, I never watched Degrassi when Drake was on it.
Me
Okay.
neither.
So
I knew who he was, but I never. To be honest, I'm gonna say I might have caught a few episodes because around that time we were still actually sitting and watching TV. But
right.
it wasn't like Degrassi when we watched it.
That's right.
No,
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
when
100%.
we went home after school every day and it was on at 5:30 and we watched
Yeah, the
that full
original
episode
yeah.
and we were like, oh, we're gonna watch the next one tomorrow. You know what I mean? Degrassi, the first one.
I just had this correlation that I think one helped out the other to a certain
Okay,
degree.
I see your point.
Right, and like I said, so he came out, got my attention, and he was doing his thing. But give me,
I get what you're saying. It started the topic
but
or the conversation.
Yeah, so give me a minute here. So it goes on, and his career blows up, boom, and then he done something that showed me that he respects the hip hop. He respects the game. When someone came for his crown, he did what he's supposed to do. You understand? I had to take my hat off to the man. He went back to back, and I had to bow down and say, good for you, brother. You get what I'm saying? You deserve what you got. You see what I'm saying? So, I didn't recognize it in the beginning, but I recognize it now. You know what I mean? So,
But look,
same thing with Soulja Boy. Somebody schooled me on that.
That's true.
Especially in North America, I would say even around the world, they think Canadian artists are because we're in Canada, we're Canadian, we're not hip hop or enough for them, or we don't struggle like them, or we don't go through. But if you look for the past 10 years, the hottest artists come out of Canada.
I've been Canadian, yes.
The hottest.
Yeah.
You're looking at Bieber, Weeknd.
We're looking at
Drake.
Bieber, Weeknd, Drake, Pressa,
Yeah.
YGs.
Facts.
The list is there.
Tory
The hottest
Lanez.
artists right now are in Canada, are from Toronto.
Facts.
And that's and it's just a shift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The music shift because
To the point where, because they kept saying, "Oh, we're copying the States. We're copying the States." And
No, it's
I think
not- it's not-
us, we have a point to prove. Like,
It's
listen,
not-
we're not
nope.
copying the States. We're not trying to be like you.
That's not it. That's not it. It's New York sound like this. The West Coast got that particular slang like that. That trap is dirty South. And y'all talking that Canadian shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why everybody's looking up north. You know what I mean? So what's going on up in there? You see what I'm saying? So that's all that's happening. And right now, it's shifting to Europe. It's that UK drill shit right now. Them motherfuckers are out of their
London.
mind. They out of their mind.
UK drill, yeah.
I was checking out these Albanians, some Albanian drill motherfuckers. They crazy, bro. They down there wilding. They wild. They acting like they're in Chicago. You know what I
But
mean?
the thing with the drill, it's
And most of their producers are from UK.
yes. And
You know
with
what I
the
mean?
drill is when it's like when rap first started, when you're really going back and forth with like artists, if an artist diss you, something might happen if I see you at the club. They really bring that aspect. It's like, yo, we're really drilling out here.
But that always been. That always
No. That's the hip hop. But I'm saying with the drill though, it's more of a, especially even when it's like, oh, Chicago drill. That was like
See,
they really try to bring out that aspect. Like we are really.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, right? They got no fucking sense, no consequences to their actions. That's all it is.
But
You know what I
ma'am,
mean?
Man, with a lot of the artists that we've had on our podcast, have a lot of producers sending them stuff from out
The
in
UK.
Europe. Yeah, the UK.
I do too.
Yeah.
So it's just the young kids got no fucking sense of fucking consequences to their actions. They don't get it. This is a business. You know what I mean? The music business. Get your money and fucking relax. Stop acting like a fucking asshole because you're gonna lose it. They treating the music business like the drug game. You know what I mean? I made a lot of money right now, but I just got locked up now. I'm fucking broke. You get what I'm saying? So Stop playing around, kids. You know what I mean? Get that shit together. Think about
I get
it.
that. I
you
get
know?
that. Waldo, I want to get to these 10 random questions to get people to know you a little bit better. All right, let's do this. Give me your favorite hip hop album of all times.
Ooh.
What you got? What you got?
Of all times.
There's that one, man. There's got to be that one I just like.
It's Doggy Style. I was thinking about it, but I'm like, you know what? Back to back.
Back to
If
back.
I put that in and I can run off and let it play, that
the skits and all, bro. The skits and all. Yeah.
Everything. You know, like that I can play. Seconding it is maybe the East Siders album. But that's
okay.
East Siders.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg and East Siders. Goldie Loc, Trey D.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Your dream vacation.
That would second it. My dream vacation?
Yes.
My dream vacation. I just went on that. To my
went
country. No. But my dream vacation that I would want to have.
Yeah.
I would like to go to France.
Oh, France, yeah.
I would love to go to France.
Cool.
Spend a month there. Bam's trying to go over there all the time.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go a
Europe.
week.
You always want to go. You always bring up we have to go to Europe.
Bam. As soon as they open up, let's go.
That's what I'm saying, man. We have to go to Europe.
As soon as let's go.
You know,
I want to go a month.
Architecture.
Yes.
He always says we got to go to Europe. We got to go to Europe. It's true. He's always saying that. You know. As long
I want to go for a month.
As long as there's beer there, you sign me up. You know, I'm good to go. So, Waldo, your first job ever, your first paycheck.
I had a paper route.
Paper route.
My first paying job.
Yeah.
Was delivering the penny saver.
Yes.
Yes, delivering the penny saver.
See, I was a sucker. I was my friend's helper, but I didn't get any money. Because as a kid, you don't know any better. You're like, I'll come hang out with you. You get that.
And then while I was doing that, my mom's friend he owned a few buildings in the neighborhood, and he was always out of town. So he's like, "Why don't you take care of it?" So I would do the hedges, mow the lawn.
Okay.
If someone in the building, like their light bulb was out, I had the keys to go in and like change the light bulb and stuff like that. Because I kind of knew that stuff even at a young age.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is 16. This is like 16. I'm doing this. Yeah.
Name one thing on your bucket list.
On my bucket list.
Something you have to do, man.
That I have to do.
Man, what's on your bucket list?
I gotta go. I gotta see Africa, man.
Oh yeah,
I gotta go down there.
No,
that particular one spot. You know what I mean?
I'm going with him. I gotta go. I got it. Yeah. I want to go to Ghana or something, Nigeria. Spend a month there, in a time with the people. Definitely go to Africa. Definitely.
I gotta see that last point. Before they got on that ship. You know what I mean? Just something. It's a personal thing for me. You know what I mean? So
interesting. I like that.
Get some of that sun.
Oh,
that too.
Rekindle that metal man.
Pam's a shade man. Fuck you.
I'll be walking around an umbrella like this. It's too fucking hot. Too much sun.
Oh no, it's hot. I went to Guyana, and we know when it's midday, you're in the shit.
Oh, you gotta run.
It's so hot. You just like, you get itis and you're sleeping because it's just hot.
For real, man. For real.
Wow.
All right, brother. Give me one word that describes your music style.
Unorthodox.
Yep, I figured you'd say that. Yeah. Yep.
Yes, unorthodox.
Okay. I don't know if you sit down and watch TV these days, but your favorite TV show.
Even if it was back in the day.
My favorite TV show right now?
Or even back in the day, your favorite TV show.
That would be Fresh Prince, but right now it's The Blacklist.
Yes, The Blacklist.
The Blacklist. I like that.
I don't know, man. I watched the first season. That guy that knows everything pisses me off.
Yeah, you were saying that the other day.
Pisses me off. I don't know.
You watched the first season?
Yeah, pisses me off.
Get into it. Like
I have no choice. There's nothing else on TV. Fuck, I got to rewatch everything anyway. So
there's some shows where I start. Actually, I'm gonna put you guys onto a series.
Yeah.
It's called The Killing.
The Killing? Where do you find
The Killing? I watched it on Prime.
Okay. I got that.
It'll be on Prime.
Yeah.
Google it and it'll show you.
Where
It's
it's at.
Google The Killing, not
The
Killing, but The
Yeah,
Killing.
Killing. Okay. I'll check that out.
It stars. I don't have the artist's name, but he's in the movie with Will Smith. The Squad was it Suicide Squad?
Yes.
The
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean?
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, the main guy that gives Will the gun and stuff like that. He-
Terrible
Okay,
with names,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
know what you're talking about.
I can't remember his name, but yeah, he's one of the stars in it, and it's. Oh man, it starts slow, but it's just. You'll get into it. You'll definitely get into it. It's one of those things where like you watch the first 3, 4, 5 episodes and you're like, what's going on? And then you get sucked in more and you sucked in more.
That's good.
Yeah,
As long as you suck me in, I'm like,
Yeah.
the shows are just like.
I've been fucking with Homeland. You know,
Homeland?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was on that, but then
I tried watching because on Disney Channel they got Stars and Empires on that. I fucking hate that show.
Empire.
Empire sucks. Anyone that likes
Empire?
Empire?
I love me some Empire.
Empire's. What are you talking about?
Fucking
Empire is so
shit.
good.
The writers should be fired. That shit show shit.
You
I
just
hate
need
it.
you need to follow Cookie. That's all. That's it. You know, love me some Cookie.
Ah,
You
fuck
know what I
that
mean?
show. I don't know if I was expecting. I don't know. I was like one whole dude. It's the first show. Halfway through the episode, I'm like, I gotta watch something else, and I'll come
Well,
back
see,
to it.
you know, you had Empire and you had Power. Power was just a little more ghetto than Empire. You know what I mean? Just a
One's
little
on.
bit, just a little bit.
But as an artist, Empire, like you get some of the. There's some stuff in there that I
there's
learned,
no
and I'm like, okay.
fucking way that you watch Empire and watch them record in a music studio with reverb on and the sounding quality sounds like perfect mastered. We all
Yeah,
know
of
that's not
course.
true. That's
Of
not
course,
true.
you know. Of course.
Immediately, I'm
Of course.
pissed.
Of course.
I took one nap. We're one episodes. The kids switched parents. This one hated the mom now.
Yeah,
this one
yeah.
hated. I was like, show's fucking retarded. I never watched a show that I wanted everyone to be murdered at once. Anyways, that's my rant. I'm sorry. Anyways, next
He
question.
hates Empire.
I hate that fucking
Yeah.
show. Besides music, what other hobbies do you have?
Well, they're not. They're hobbies, and they're actually like what I do.
Yeah.
I like editing music, editing videos,
Yes.
and shooting.
That's dope, man.
I go out a lot. I shoot. I have a few cameras. I take on exclusive jobs where you need a music video done. Give it to me. I'll do a videography for it. I'll shoot it for you.
Nice.
We'll sit.
But
we'll
I'm
definitely-
expensive.
Expensive.
What's that?
I'm expensive because I don't like doing.
That's fine.
I don't want to go in your neighborhood and you guys stand around cars and I don't do videos like that. I don't
Yeah.
do those little $300 videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
I'm
get that,
expensive.
man. I get
But
that.
when you see the quality and what I do,
But not only that, expensive means hurry the fuck up and stop fucking around, right?
yeah.
Because they'd be like, yo, man, we got to move on to the next scene. Shut the fuck up. So that's
Yeah.
good.
No, today's shoot day.
Put that
It's
henny
the 10.
down. Let's go. You know?
I don't want you coming at 5. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
You know?
that's
I dig
definitely.
it. I dig
That
it.
sounds
dig
like
it.
me.
Your favorite movie of all time?
Saving Private Ryan.
Favorite Private
Favorite
Ryan?
Private Ryan. Oh man, that was a good movie.
That was good. All right. Favorite food to eat, brothers. Last question out of the 10 questions. Your favorite food. You have one meal to eat. Which one is it?
Bacon saltfish.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
What you know about that, Bam?
Say what?
Some bacon saltfish.
Saltfish. Damn it. You know what I mean? Don't play with me, boy. You give me some ackee and saltfish. I'm good to go, bro.
That too is saltfish, yo.
You know what I mean? Shit.
Just make
You
some
know?
bacon, some saltfish. You get lunch, dinner.
Trying to tell you. You know
You
what I
name
mean?
it. Get yourself a little soft drink and you just, and it's
You
2 of
good to
those,
go.
3 of those. You're
Some
nice.
boiled banana, some boiled
Yeah.
things. Man, you crazy. I'll be like, breakfast, we good. You know what I mean? Rest
In
of the day.
Guyana, that's the breakfast. It's baked saltfish,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put like an egg on top of it, and you put the cheese. It's called the bacon egg saltfish cheese. Cut the bacon half with the. Oh,
I just got fucking hungry, bro. I got to get the fuck out of here after this.
my mouth is watering.
I've been trying to get Joe, like, look, you know, we've been in Dominican, we've been in Cuba, but we got to go, you know, Trinidad, we got to go Guyana, we got to go Jamaica, just to get that different food flavor.
Oh, that's where. Listen, this is before I went. I was going for my trip to Guyana. The flight stops in Trinidad. My aunt lives there, so she comes pick me up. So I stayed there.
Right.
We had food, and then wait, boom, and then go to Guyana. So you go to Trinidad, get some doubles,
Get some roti. Get some
Roti,
things.
of course.
You're good.
But Bam, you got to be straight up, man. Once we were off the resort in Cuba, the food is fantastic there too.
No.
Cuba's
I'm not saying the food wasn't good in these
But you
countries.
didn't go to the island.
No. It's because you know what? The Cuba gets that rap, right? The food sucks. Yes,
No,
the resort,
Cuba has good food.
the resort food, I get it. It's bland. It's. But when me and Bam came off,
Cuba has good food.
We were with our two little Asian buddies, man, and we had this buffet style. And we finished our section, and we're both looking at them like, "Yo, you guys gonna finish that?"
You looking full, son. Pass that down here. You know.
They didn't finish it. We're like, "Yo, slide that shit over here." You know what I mean?
So, no, the food's delicious. I mean, remember when we went to Dominican the first time, and for some reason, I tried the seafood risotto. Blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
That's true.
Insane. Like I love me some food.
Okay,
man.
I gotta stop talking. I'm gonna if I can be licking some stuff
listen,
on the table now.
I got hungry. I'm eating right here.
Starving right now, man.
Yeah.
So COVID's hopefully coming to the end. Vaccinations are out. Hopefully things are open by the end.
But what's your thoughts on that? You really think something to end? It's gonna be running for the next 5 years. I think.
I don't think so.
I think so.
People have already lost their minds.
They're going to be different restrictions. We're going to be able to do this, But
after they give us the second phony vaccination,
boom.
And then they're going to be like, okay, open up. And then it's just another way of tracking us a little bit. Not with these bots that people are talking about. I'm not talking about. It's just, I think the government around the world found a way to be like, holy fuck, we could actually manipulate the world pretty easily, a lot easier than I thought, is my actual thought. They actually shut the whole fucking world down. They got people. You have to understand that. I don't want to get too much into this COVID conversation, but you have to understand pre-COVID, there was, you know what I mean? There was the natives trying to stop the fucking trains and Hong Kong's going bananas. And then they said, fuck that. Let's throw this COVID, whatever the fuck it is out there.
Yeah.
And fuck racism. Everyone wants to stay the fuck away from everybody.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a color anymore. It was like, yo, you're too close to me, and you're too close to me.
Just
and I ain't gonna see my parents.
You said everybody want to stay the fuck away from
Remember, right at the starting, at the brink of it, what was going on in the world? What were we doing? Well, every country, what were we doing? BLM.
That's right.
They were protesting. They were outside. And then
They don't want that shit.
because the world was revolting.
Absolutely.
So then they're like, listen.
You motherfuckers are staying home. COVID.
Yeah. You know what? Now, because we're stronger in numbers, and what do? They destroyed our numbers. We're not even allowed to be near each other. So it's like pretty interesting. It's an interesting tactic.
But did you die?
Me? No, I didn't even get a cold.
Not us. Not us. I haven't had a cold in 2 years.
I haven't got a cold. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Man.
Right.
But
did you die?
I do think that things are gonna be a little bit back to normal. I do believe other countries are opening up, and Canada can't be the one that has the accessibility.
Didn't they just have 15,000 in a stadium in New York?
Yes, yesterday.
Yesterday? Oh,
So
okay.
now us being us, we're gonna be like, yo, why the fuck they have 15? So that's where it's gonna. It would have to be a world thing. It would have to be everyone would still have to be shut the fuck down. Now, are we a little bit slower? Yeah, sure, whatever. We are. Things. I think things are gonna open up. That's my personal opinion.
No, I'm not saying things won't open up. I'm saying this COVID restriction and shutdowns and it's going to be going on for the next 5 years. Until we're like it's one thing. After the 5 years, then it'll be like one thing. It's either you have a shot or you don't, or you know what I mean. But for now, we're still going to have this topsy-turvy for the next 5 years for sure. I feel it like that.
It's divide and conquer. You see, the problem is they want us bickering at each other. Hey, you wear your mask. I'm not wearing no fucking mask.
That's right.
As long as they got us arguing amongst each other, we're not arguing about them. You know what I mean?
Before we get off the COVID thing, months ago, I'm in the grocery store, and so a person came up to me.
Put your mask on.
Oh, why aren't you wearing a mask? They're trying to get at me.
So you're wearing one?
I'm not.
Okay.
It's in my back pocket. I'm not. I don't have to. Anyway. And at this time, a week before, I think a few days now, I got tested negative, right? For COVID. So I go to him like, have you gotten tested for COVID? And he looks at me like, oh, but you're telling me about a mask. Oh, I have a negative test. The person turned around and there was another lady. She's with her card and she's wearing a mask, but I guess she's She agreed with me. She looked at the guy.
course.
She's like, "Yeah, why is the guy telling you this? He doesn't even work at the store.
Yeah.
Why aren't you wearing a mask?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Did you get tested for COVID?"
Yeah.
He didn't get tested, nothing. But yeah, he wants to come in my face telling me wearing a mask.
Of course.
So people need to like really, when you going at someone like that, either you have the shot. If you have the shot and you coming to me like that, I might be like, still, it's my right not to wear it or not.
Even then, the fact that someone else could feel that they can approach you about anything is wrong. You get what I'm saying? This is my personal space. Stay the fuck out of it.
If Ben doesn't want to wear a mask and I'm the concerned one and I'm wearing one, I'm pretty good, technically, on this mask bullshit scenario. It's like, if you're wearing one, why the fuck should I be wearing one? If we're going to be both in the same room, for instance. So it's like, people need to, if you want to protect yourself, you do these precautions amongst yourselves. Shut the fuck up about everyone else around you.
I haven't been sick. I haven't gotten a cold. Everyone around me hasn't gotten sick. Like,
good.
I don't know, man. It's been something I never would have. There's no way that we would have been sitting around having drinks years ago, and one of us was going to predict this bullshit. I'll tell you that right now, man.
Unless someone had some good fucking weed. You know what I mean?
It's got to be something, man. But
there's no way.
But well, fingers crossed. I need to fly the fuck out of here eventually. That's my big concern. So
get the fuck out of Dodge,
you know what I
kid.
mean? Like, I just need to get my shots, and if they can let me on the plane to an all I can drink. And I don't know, I might lose my passport once I'm there, but that's a whole nother story.
Amsterdam.
I'll go anywhere. I just want some heat, some booze, and that's all I want. I've been in the cold, I've been locked up, and we're going to probably have another beautiful summer, another bullshit beautiful summer with nothing to do and nowhere to go, which I'm tired of.
More restrictions.
So that's probably, watch this, 4 people this, and eat a dick, I don't even know what red and green and
yellow,
gray,
yellow,
and I don't know what any of this
yellow
shit
zone.
is. I just go into places and I find out am I allowed to eat in here today? No, okay, and then I walk the fuck out. And then I went over to Can Tire and the door wasn't open. That's how I know what's going on, on the moment, but not through the news. But anyways, hopefully this shit ends soon. But what's next for you, Waldo? What's you have some projects lined up? What's next for you?
Right now, what's next is just releasing a few more projects. I'm always working on stuff.
That's good.
Right now, I'm trying to, I know how to make beats. I know the process. I've made great beats. I'm trying to really build this collection into, it's more, I want to get onto the beat building part and the producer and maybe shoot a few more music videos and sit there. But I'm always, that's what I'm doing. I'm either writing for a new project, which I have 3 that I'm going to release. That's really what's next for me. That's going to be 2 singles, and then I have 1 for my GTA collection.
Okay.
Right. Then right now, the next thing is rebranding, because now we just got curation from Spotify.
Okay.
With I think you follow me on we follow. Not me, you followed GPE Media.
That's right.
And I guess me and Keon, we're going to start doing the curation for it. So good. That's the next big thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just have that.
Now that you're talking about beats, it's funny. This is probably going to lead into our next episode on Wednesday. And it's talking about NFTs. Is that what it is, Bam?
NFTs.
NFTs, yeah.
Yes.
Pop it up. Yeah, so NFTs. And it's supposed to help change the music industry. Is this something that you're looking into now that you're making beats and music?
It's same thing with, I have stocks.
Yes.
I have stocks in different companies. I have dividends. But before I even did that, I did my research. Mm-hmm. What does it mean having an NFT?
Yes.
It's
my research is getting done tomorrow.
With things like that, it's just all it is we're trying to put value on things.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Within let's say, okay, I've seen Swiss Beats does it. He brought this to fruition, I would say. Mm-hmm. I'm an artist. I paint though, right?
Yeah.
I do a painting. Bam buys it. He bought it. He bought it for $10,000 and then he sold it for $100,000.
That's right.
Why? But it's my art.
That's right.
So
How
that
do
I
you
get
benefit from it? Yeah.
Swiss Beats made it in a way where, like, even if he sold it after, because of I get a percentage of it also. It's still my kind of like royalties.
That's right.
You understand? Because why is a Da Vinci $30 million?
And it's facts because
How did it become to that?
That's right.
It's literally this person had it, and now I value it at this. I sold
That's
it.
right.
I made it 500,000 on it, and then I sold it to him. He sold it for 2.5 mil. Then the auction house, they made 5 million on it.
That's right.
Now the painting's worth 10 million, but it's sitting in my house in my collection. I have insurance on it, and da da da. Then the NFT now is like, okay, my music, my catalog is worth this amount. So now I can set it off like shares and da da da. They're trying to make it like a digital currency kind of thing. It's kind of like big. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's all right. It's all right.
Well, because, Bam, the way you look at it, let's say if you gave me a beat or a fucking painting, and you're nobody today, and then all of a sudden you blow up, and now this whatever you gave me years ago is worth so much more. At least you get to reap the benefits instead of me also just reaping the benefits.
Yeah,
right.
That's what's cool. You know what I mean? I like that.
Which is understandable. Which is not a big deal. Like everybody should. It's the same thing as royalties. Like I said, everybody should get their royalties. But like I said, the record label was the ones who was getting the royalties because they the one who did the paperwork for your music.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? That's where you got fucked up. You signed the deal, but you didn't read the fucking fine print on how they're going to sign
100%.
and publish.
All it is you're giving. It's like, okay, you came to me, the two of you, your artists.
Yeah.
You're a producer. You're this. That. I mean, like, okay, we give you a deal. What is it? A 1080 deal or whatever, a 2080 deal. Now you're signing papers to give me the rights to anything you create. Your name. So now when you put that name Bamboo on anything, that's why Prince changed his name to the. So when he created music, it couldn't take nothing from him.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crazy. The industry is fucking crazy. But Waldo, so where can people find you, man? You're on Instagram.
You just Google WaldoughTHR. They'll show all. You can find me on Instagram. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Facebook. I'm all over. You just Google the WaldoughTHR and it will show up.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
All my music links are there. Everything.
Good.
So I want to end this interview with your video New World. Can you tell me more about that video?
New World, the track.
Yeah.
I wrote it when our buddy passed, Alberto and Scott. Mm-hmm. You know them too.
Very shortly. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And shortly apart.
Yeah.
And I had this track and I got the feel of it from that. I'm like, you know what? And at the time, I had a beat package from this artist. So I'm like, I'm going to use one of these artists' beats because it gave me that feel of it.
Right.
Even for the video, I'm like, I'm going to make the video just me in it because I want it like that with a mic. And with that aspect also, I went back to my first video guy that shoots video for me, which is Aspects. Mm-hmm. You can find him also The Aspects, which is Good Guy Pictures.
Good dude.
Yeah, Aspects. Yeah. So I made him shoot it because he shot one of my first videos also, like my first single to release. So I always go back to him whenever I want like something that would work well together.
Yeah.
So, but the song was really created from that. Like, I even reference it if you listen to the words in there, and I reference a lot. I'm back and forth from Toronto, the life and how stuff was going on, going back and forth from Toronto and stuff like that.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Waldo, brother, I really appreciate you taking the time to being on the
Anytime.
show, man. If you ever want to shoot the shit, you have any topics, anything you want to blow some steam off, man, this is the platform.
I definitely I'll be back on.
Well, always, man. We always love shooting the shit. We usually like getting the artists on to get people to know them, and then we usually try to bring them back on and shoot
once
the shit.
Once I mix and master these few projects and I know there's a release in a couple of months.
Absolutely, man.
I'll let you know and then we'll jump back on.
Sounds good, my man. Man.
Also, Bamboo.
Yeah.
Hit up the GPE guys when you want to release. Remember, we do that promo.
I was sitting here thinking about it. Don't worry.
What are we next month? It's June. In July, I have a lot of big things going on. You guys are hearing it first.
Cool.
We're doing giveaways. I'm doing little home studios. There'll be like a mic, a mixer, like a MIDI thing that you can just plug and play. For the artists that are always on the move, we're gonna be giving away headphones, a lot of stuff like that.
That's dope, man. That's dope,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
Well, Waldo,
We can even do in a couple of months. We can do cross. Like I have a lot of products that are just
Absolutely.
sitting there new. Just give away like.
Let me know what we can do, man. Anything we can do to help. We also have we just started our own playlist because people always want to know where they can find the music of people that we've had on the show. The best artists.
Definitely gonna follow it.
So now we have a Shooting the Shit podcast playlist. We have all the artists on there that we, with their latest tracks, and we have them also sharing it. And we're working as a community now to, like I say, weed out the garbage and make a clear path on what's going on. Because some people are like, who is that on? Or where can I find their tracks? And now we have our own playlist of people that we've had on. And now we're just working as a community together, making sure everything is, rotated properly. We have, we have people from Australia and shit that are on there too. So,
Which is good about that is a lot of times we were talking earlier about the radio and artists like that. It's because they have, they have their contracts and labels and stuff.
That's right.
They have hundreds, thousands of dollars that's promoting them. So that's why we're seeing their face. We're seeing the baby every day. We're going to hear a song about him. He's on TikTok. He's on this and that. This way, I like when I can go on. Yo, who's that local artist? Who's that guy?
Right. That's right.
I want to find them.
Now
you can.
That's the way we do it. Because there's always that one person that was on the show. They kind of forgot their name. Now we have a playlist. Come look them up, find out, and discover some other stuff, and then let's work as a community. And you use social media to do it, and Spotify. So we go from there, man. But boys, such a pleasure, Waldo. When things open up, man, we have to grab some food and a beer, brother.
Yeah,
definitely.
When I'm in town, we're gonna get down.
Definitely.
All right,
barbecue,
boys.
something.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All right, man.
All right, boys.
Waldo, New World, bro. Nice shooting the shit with you guys, man. Peace.
All right.
And everything. Getting like still, man. Lost a couple brothers, now the whole world gon' love us. Too many suckers rapping, ain't even getting covered. I'm a lover, beat it up till she makes a puddle. Flashing hundreds, only CPC I call day ones. Money can't buy respect, it takes way too long. 600 send a message, tell them it's the new gods. I'ma live forever, hope they brought a valid coupon. Waldo be the hardest, what planet you on? Come spit with the lords, speak if you want. We the kings in the new world. 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 Tapping over the X drive, S5 whipping up and down the 400 with a blonde-eyed demon. Going through doors like they're on no hinges. This is not important. 40 cal coded. I'm the hardest, build the podium. Wish my father saw me older. To be honest, I feel broken. I think this is how I'm molded. Feel my shoulders getting colder. Haitians in the family, go ahead and call your souls up. 10 generations, 10,000 men couldn't hold us. Check the folders, this is golden. Shoot no warning, think I'm boring. No statement on me, these levels off peak. You pussy Garfield, the rest is cartoons. 603rd, what we doing? Every CD got to noon. Start hating, just with no purpose. All the paper didn't earn it. Used to skip, scrape it till the jar clean. Been saving since I started. You never drove a Rari, shifting gears into Austin. Cage steering with the Martin. Yes, we did it usually often. CPC, beg your pardon. ACN, I know some partners. Reppin' till they burned his body. Not leaving till we solve the problem. Even with a crowd around him. Get beaten with the Walter handle. Even if they never ate the apple. Spitting like my brain is damaged. Skip inside the lines, I don't wanna buzz. faggots. Still kinda shitty, but these dicks trying to stiff me. Curry chicken and roti, just lost a couple broskies. More than a little homie, I'm a legend, ask the girl please. S'il vous plaît, let them tongues French me. Lost a couple brothers, now the whole world gon' love us. Too many suckers rapping, ain't even getting covered. I'm a lover, beat it up till she makes a puddle. Flashing hundreds, only CPC I call day ones. Money can't buy respect, it takes way too long. 6 on 3rd, send a message, tell them it's the new gods. I'ma live forever, hope they brought a valid coupon. Waldo be the hardest, what planet you on?